Hi guys, Chris Rowlands here from Aullwood Audubon, and today we are going to draw a wood thrush. So grab yourself a pencil, get yourself a piece of paper, and let's start. Okay, now remember, I'm going to draw this a little darker first than I want you to, because I need you to be able to see it. So always draw your stuff light at first, then you can draw things darker. And the first thing we want to do is we're going to draw in, just going to put in a circle right here for the head. And then right down here we're going to put in sort of an oval shape for the body. And once we have that, we can put in our beak, and our beak is going to be sort of angled up. I'm going to angle it up a little more. We're going to angle our beak up. And then right here is where we're going to put the eye. Now they have a pretty big eye. Draw that in. Now I'll start drawing it a little darker. And right up here I'm going to put in another circle, little circle, and we're going to keep that white. That's going to be our highlight area. I'm going to draw this in dark around it. A little underneath here. Okay, now we can begin around here. Once we have that eye in, I want to start to put the beak. That beak's going to run in here. It's going to come out a little ways. It uses this beak to flip up leaves and look for little invertebrates under leaves in the woods. There we go. Once we get that in, we can put, it's got this sort of ring around its eye. So we can start to build in. You can see I'm going the direction my feathers would be. So that brow. And right here I'm just going to put, it starts getting dappled with, it's mostly white through there, but it's dappled in a bit. And then it's cinnamon brown color comes in here, so I'm going to make this just a little darker. Bring its feathers up here. And now I can bring in just a little bit of shading through here. So I'm going to bring its head down, and its neck, we're going to come in and we're going to connect these I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to shave off a little bit of our circle we made. And I'm going to bring it out a little further here. So I'm going to take out some of this first part of our circle. Bring it in some feathers coming in right through here. And bring my kneaded eraser. And it's nice to use a brush instead of your finger because my finger smears some of the pencil lead. Alright, I'm going to bring in some of the dappling here, the speckling right around its head. And right through here it starts to get a little speckling. Most of this area is white except for little bits of speckles here and there. And these are all almost black. I'll put a little bit right around the eye. A little right through here. And then this is the cinnamon top. So we won't make this as dark. But right through here, he's going to have some lighter areas. And we can just put in a couple speckles here and there. Sort of long speckles. This one down underneath, it's around by the throat. There's a lot of feathers that are darker through here. And right through here, right here, we're going to start that wing. I'll make this a little darker right here. It's a beautiful bird to see out in the woods if you're lucky enough. But like I said, you'll definitely hear it. It has that eole and then a trill after that. Now this back is all going to be cinnamon. There we go. It's in the thrush family. This is related to a robin. Bring it down a little lower here. I'm going to have this wing right here. And I'll start in on some of its feathers. We'll put in some of the individual feathers here. To make these secondary feathers here, I'm going to do a little loop. It's going to come up and it's going to come this way, so I'm going to make that little line. There we are. And then those long flight feathers right here. And those are going to come down. I'm going to bring its belly, breast and belly right through here. And I can get rid of some of this circle. That's why you want to do that light. You want to be able to erase that. I'm not going to need the rest of it back here. So I'll get rid of that. Brush it away lightly so I don't smear my lead. Right about here I'm going to start to bring in that bill. I think I've made it just a little too big right here. So you can see I started with the circle. I'm making quite a bit bigger than I was, and that's okay. We're just having fun drawing him. I'm going to bring these out just a little more. Bring another feather in there. And his tail's going to come down here. This will be the end of its wing, its flying feathers. And those are going to come up here and over. And its tail is going to come down. Back of its body and its tail. And hopefully I haven't run off the camera there for you. And now we need those legs in there for balance, so we're going to look right here, about here is where that leg's going to come down. Going to come out, nice long leg for balance. There's the back leg there, and right back here. Put its leg. How about on a you have a branch right here. We can put, and actually I'm going to bring that leg out here just a little more. Bring it in, bring it down. And we'll put that branch right here that it's on. Same thing here, and let's bring in and its feet over that branch. You can bring in another part of the branch down here if you want. Put in a few leaves. Now here's where we talked about how the wood thrush has that speckled belly, and we'll get that back done first. So this is all the cinnamon color, and we want all of this going out in this direction, and I'm putting in a real light. As you guys can see, I'm just taking my pencil real light, and I'm sort of curving these lines just to give it a little shade to it, a little color, because remember, this back is going to be darker than its belly. Its breast and its belly are going to be white. The back of it is a cinnamon brown. So if we're doing it black and white, if we're doing it in graphite, I just need to put a little bit shade. Now I'm going to grab one of my other pencils. You might have to sharpen your pencil. I have a couple ready for us. Now I can start darkening some of these leaves, or these feathers, just to give us a little bit of dimension. And you can put some feathers in here and there. I suggest looking at some field guides, looking at some pictures of a wood thrush, finding some photographs of them. Go outside and See if you can find them out in the woods. Get an idea of what these guys look like. Best way to really start to know your birds is to go out and to sketch them. You've got your mind moving in a lot of directions to really help you focus on them. And I'm just going to put, now if I were really making this detailed, I'd go every single feather, but right now we're just making this more of a sketch. So we can get down here to these flake feathers. I'll get some in the tail here. So these are going to curve in, and right around here we're going to have its other set coming around, and then I do another one around this way and just keep moving them up. And then we have the rest of its wing coming up over. I can make those a little darker. It's a beautiful bird. Underestimated because of the colors, but boy, is the sound of it beautiful. Now under here we can make this a little shaded because it's going to be a little shaded. And right here it's going to be a little darker because of the shading. Now let's make that back wing. That back wing's going to come down right here. And we'll make this one just a little darker. That's behind it on the other side, so we want to definitely make that darker to show that this is in front. And just give it a little shade underneath its belly, since this part is going to be shaded. Can do a little bit of that on our branch as well. And under the foot, or the feet. This guy's got two of them. Right through here we can make it a little darker. Now let's put those speckles in. Remember, these are those speckles from the feather, so as it gets closer, some of them will look like they're actually all meshed together. Some of the speckles here. I'll put a little bit up here too. A couple more speckles in here. Speckles from its feathering. Here. Bring its head down a little bit more. And let's make that a little lighter. It's always nice, like I said, to be able to erase, so you don't want to make things too dark right away. But I sort of have to so you can see it. Always try to do yours light at first and then put your dark. I have one more sharpened pencil and I can go through and just do some touch-ups now. And let's give a little bit more in the head. Let's bring him a little more here. I'm going to go through and make some of this a little darker. He's got a little bit of shading coming through here, a little darker brown. So that means I'm going to really press down on my pencil a little more. And up through here. That's looking pretty good. And right through here. Now I want to make this underneath a little darker, just so we get a little more of a three-dimensional look under that wing. And right through here, bring that head up just a little more here. And I'm going to take out a little bit of the back. I got a little too much in here, in the behind. Alright, and then I can put in just a little bit of lining for my feathers. I want to make sure you can see those lines of where the feathers are for the wings, so I'm going to make those a lot darker. And I'll put a little feather in back here. Let's put some right back by the wings. And do the same thing here. We're going to make sure this is a little darker. So you can see those feathers. And we can bring this in a little bit. And I think we have our wood thrush. You can put some leaves around here if you want. And you can decorate it however you want. Don't forget to always sign your name. And you can put some leaves up through here if you want. You can add some more trees back in here. So bring some leaves in. You can hide him in the canopy. If you want to color him, he's going to be a cinnamon brown back, and the breast and belly are white. This area is white, so grab a picture of a wood thrush, and if you want to put the right colors in, start your own field guide. Here we go, put a couple more leaves. I hope you guys enjoyed drawing the wood thrush this week, and next week we'll do another critter. So thanks for joining us with Art and Nature at Aullwood Audubon.